Expedition 33 here is an upcoming RPG by the studio Sandfall Interactive, and I'm not gonna lie, this game looks absolutely insanely good. Now, I put together a little reaction for you guys from my recent live stream where I checked out the most recent footage of the game. That said, I highly recommend you check out the 2 trailers that came out the other day during the Xbox Developer Showcase for some context to what I'm going to be talking about in this video. I will be linking both trailers in the pinned comments below if you want to check it out. But without further ado, let's check out the teaser trailer first.
I've been having nightmares. Being out here isn't what I expected.
Wow, that's flipping. Why did they change the camera?
Legacy can take many forms, right? Learn from the ones who came before.
And lay the trail for the ones who come after.
Wait, I hear something.
Looks very shiny. I'm liking the sound of that, for sure.
I still can't believe they exist.
To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? I just need a foot. Aha!
Talking monsters.
You can
Okay,
turn
cool.
into a Levron.
Okay, so there's an overworld you can traverse.
Mes amis.
We need to cross the sea. Bulger said you could help.
All right. Ready to sail like a snail.
What?
This is a much better way to travel.
Dude, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Is that Jennifer English? Yes. She seems to be like at least the focus of the game, I think.
Firing.
I'm not gonna lie, it looks really fun.
I didn't take
Ow.
you for a coward.
I'm not a coward.
As long as even one of us stands, our fight is not over.
Goofy ass flying. A little bit. There we go. April 24th. PS5, Steam, Epic, and Xbox Series X and S. Oh, there's a little thing going on here. I like the positioning was very important in BG3. Having to stand still seems so lame. Well, I guess it's kind of a different thing because this is very much inspired by JRPGs first and foremost. So games like Final Fantasy and games like that, you know. I'm mostly looking forward to the characters and the story, actually.
Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
It's impressive that one guy essentially came up with this thing and just, you know, made it on his own almost. Like, of course he just prototyped it, but it's still, it's impressive to me because I'm not a game dev. Everything that game devs does, like, that's just all impressive to me because I'm such a layman at everything. I'm genuinely enthusiastic about all these small RPGs. In my opinion, they fill the void and bring something unique and exciting to the gaming world. We need new studios. We need new RPGs. We need new games overall, you know, smaller games. And with things like, I know that people have been harping on and bashing Unreal Engine 5, but honestly, Unreal Engine 5, I think, opens a lot of doors for so many developers and people and studios out there.
A group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
That is some good shit. That's usually how amazing things start, is when you're a group of friends and you start something out that you're all passionate about. It's that passion, you know, when you have your colleagues being your friends as well. As bigger studios fall, other studios will rise to take their place. Indie studios seem to be knocking it out of the park these days. Absolutely. And I don't know if you could say that these are indie devs, but maybe you should say that they're indie devs. I think they're probably somewhere around 100 people. I don't know how many people they are. I'm just guessing here. Otherwise, if they're even lower than 100, then this is even more impressive. They have 29 developers? No way. Are you serious? I gotta check that later. They have 29 developers on this game. I'm guessing they probably have outsourced some stuff. We gotta be realistic here, but if it's just 29, also it depends on how big the game actually is, but and if it's like one of these Game of the Year contenders, AAA studios are gonna feel the flogging. They're gonna feel the whip.
The heart of the story is about...
God, it looks so good. 30 people actually, supposedly, according to my viewer here, made this game. Man.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves?
I love the idea of this, again, this ticking time bomb, where it's sort of like with with the White Walkers in Game of Thrones or the Reapers in Mass Effect. It's this thing that you can't stop. You just have to come to terms with, okay, it's coming any day now. We're all f***ed. This is going to be really dark, and I love it. Can I just say that every character so far looks pretty good? I'm happy to see that I'm generally attracted to every single character they've shown so far. Not to be one of those, but it's like, oh my God, look at that guy. Oh my God, look at that girl. Oh my God, look at all of them. Jesus, they look so distinctly French and amazing. Yeah, I'm definitely simping. Absolutely, I'm simping for all these characters already.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel.
I love that. That actually sounded like a real argument. You're standing there and you're just bickering with your significant other or your friend or whatever. And it's like when you're talking and your friend is talking and it's like you're talking over each other and it's like your words become mumbled, and it's really, that sounded really realistic, honestly. The game is currently 10% off the pre-order. Really? You serious? Already 10% off? Combat is a minor thing after 30 years in front of the screens. I think the core issue with most video games is the fact that they are lacking art. Yes, art in like the actual art style, not only like the graphics, but art in terms of voice acting, in terms of performance, in terms of mocapping, in terms of making the world feel alive, the music, like everything has to fit together into some like a complete cohesive product that you just can't help but fall in love with, right? Man, I hope this is one of those games that's like Final Fantasy for the Western world, I guess you could say, because obviously they're very inspired by the Final Fantasy games, especially with the turn-based combat and stuff.
And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas.
His special stones? You serious? His special stones. Animations are spot on. Mostly, yes. Some of them I'm noticing needs a little bit more work. For example, when that girl there, when she was laying in the grass and talking, like some of the lip syncing and stuff needs a little bit more work. But mostly, like, this is really impressive for a game made by such a small team. Absolutely. Especially so when they're like talking to each other like this.
Players who are good at real time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part...
so it will be at least somewhat difficult, it sounds like, which is cool to hear because I love myself a challenge. We'll have to see, of course, but as he mentioned there, like if you are having difficulties, you could always like work on your gear and your characters and leveling them up and stuff. So that sounds like a good thing.
The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects, which in our game are called Lumina.
Wow, what
Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects. They can gain through Lumina.
That is actually huge. That is a lot. Okay, yeah, this is definitely an RPG now. Cursed power, burning shot, pierce defense, post gradients, staggering attack, back at you, best defense, teamwork. Jesus. Nice. I do want to mention that there seems to be a couple of frame drops here and there for some of the more action-heavy scenes. I'm not sure. I hope that's something that they're able to get rid of because it is pretty obvious when you see some of the attacks and stuff happening in the showcases and in the trailers. So like big explosions and stuff seems to like pull down on the FPS. I really hope that's not what it's actually gonna look like.
Ladies, could I? Ow!
Definitely a gestural.
Yeah, this looks really cool. I'm super fucking stoked for this game. It just looks and feels like one of those games that will at least be on the list of the game of the year, because you obviously have the characters, you obviously have the writing, the back and forth, the acting, the actors themselves, the aesthetics of the game. It's an interesting mix of things, and it just looks so unique. It looks so new. It looks so special. So through LinkedIn, I can see that they are 34 people, it says here, that have worked on the game so far. But then again, it's hard to say exactly if these are all the people that have actually worked on the game or if there are other people outside of LinkedIn. But so far it says 34 associated members. We are a team of about 30 people. Okay, here we go. There it is. There it is. There it is. That's freaking insane.